Welcome, guys. We don't bite. Come closer, please.
Please.
Come closer, come closer.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone has a drink and a little snack.
Yeah, that looks more relaxed.
Yes, great.
All right.
Perfect. Then click. A very warm welcome, or energized welcome, at 1,5 degree, oder 1,5 Grad in German. It's a pleasure to have you here, especially a kind of new crowd, the Social Developers Club, but you will tell us a bit more about that in a second. So a very warm welcome. First question from my side. First of all, my name is Sophia. I have the honor to be Chief Marketing Officer for 1,5 degree. Means we have really the pleasure to spread the message and tell the nice stories from our customers, our climate heroes as we call them, because they all do a great job. They contribute to the climate goal. That's the name, the mission, and the reason why we are here. But I will give you a few more insights in our company and our mission and vision in a second. But first of all, who is aware of what is 1,5 Grad as company? Oh, it looks good. It looks good. A few. Nice. Okay, then definitely one learning of tonight and one key takeaway is what is 1,5 degree as company, and maybe you follow us after this evening because that's really important. And Marie, our social media hero, is very happy if we see it in rising numbers after that night. Yeah, but just kidding. So warm welcome. Ask all your questions tonight because why is now energy linked to technology? This is a bit the topic of tonight, right? And especially energy with craft, so with handcraft, and the beauty of AI and development. And this is exactly what we want to bring together tonight. So maybe this is a question which you have in your mind, and we have experts here on the stage to discuss that tonight. I will give a few insights, as I said, into our storyline.
Come on.
It's changing on this.
Okay, but not there. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, tech is not working here tonight. So
du kannst es sonst bis HDMI-Kabel auch machen, wenn du einen Adapter hast.
No, I think it is working. Sometimes maybe it needs a click. It's not good.
Haben wir einen Adapter? USB-C
Now
Hub?
it's changing. Let's see if this was just my finger click or if it's working here. So, but very quick about our company mission and how we describe ourselves. And I promise you that's the first picture about, a very, I would say, dramatic picture, because what is really motto in our communication, we want to give hope and want to show options you have, and not just saying, okay, we have 5 years and then it's over. So there's the first picture and the last picture, but it is important to be aware of that, right? And sometimes it's good in our very busy and fast daily life that we focus again on the mission we have and the challenge we have as generation. And what we offer is a solution for that. So first of all, we see us as a company, we help people, especially people with a home, with residential home, to reduce CO2. And we do that because we are marketplace and technology platform. And this topic of tonight, technology platform, is your keyword. We help to give you everything, really, from hardware to software, that you can reduce your CO2 when it comes to energy, heat, and electric mobility. That's the 3 topics where we, so to say, tackle the entire thing of. Oh, thanks, Marie, for supporting me. And how we are doing this, because when we talk about a budget of CO2 for our climate, we have the issue we need to be very quick. And this needs a clear plan. So we defined a master plan, a strategic master plan with 3 chapters, 3 steps. And why is that important? Because it describes what's the business model of us. We started in the chapter 1 with a very clear vision: bring the best companies together. And what do we mean with best? The best handcraft companies in the regions. So we have more than 40 locations in Germany, and really from Germany to Sydney, more than 72 companies working or executing the energy transition. Meaning here we have installation guys, and they bring from solar panel to, is it? Oh, wow. Okay, now we're allowed. Ooh, ooh. From solar panel to heat pump to wall box, they install everything in your house. That's the power, what we call one-stop shop, because you get the entire portfolio of hardware and also the man and women power to install it in your house. That was the first step. Very important to have really the bench for executing, yeah? The integrated bench for executing. This chapter 2 is about digitization, because you can imagine, especially a company in Lingen, in Riederich, working for craft, yeah, since decades. They have really, yeah, maybe a strong tradition and heritage, but maybe they are not the first adopters, I would say, or pioneers when it comes to digitization. And we brought in a CRM tool, we brought in efficiency in the processes, reduced labor costs, and really bring intelligence in everything what they are doing when it comes to demand, production, and logistic. And the last step, here we use, in chapter 3, we use technology for a very smart move, I would say, in order to connect all your devices at home. Because it's nice if you have solar panel on your roof or maybe heat pump in front of your house, but the beauty is if you connect the entire devices to one system and bring in a kind of intelligence. And this is exactly the topic of tonight, how we do this, how we use AI for this. And here we have later Clemens as expert to dig deeper into the topic with you. One further slide and then I'm done, because I don't know why this slide is not working now. Strange.
It looks cool from here.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I mean, yeah, click, make maybe another click. Okay.
There we go.
On and off, on and off.
Just remember.
Exactly. That's now a game. Now let's play a game. What do you see on the slide? No, but what you can see here, maybe we stop it exactly. It's a bit what you can see here in the back in our, so to say, artificial product wall. It's exactly what I said already. What we mean with one-stop shop, before I hand over to Clemens later, digging deeper into the intelligent. The one-stop shop means really that we started with solar. So with everything around PV, we have our own products, but we work also with many partners and partner products from Germany to China. Because at the end, if you want to connect an entire ecosystem at home, in your house, it's necessary that you deal with different partners, right? In order to be really an open IoT system at the end. So we onboard and integrate partner by partner. Started with PV, as I said, then added storage, added wall boxes for charging, and of course also the heat pump. And this year will be the year for dishwasher and fridge and all the stuff. So everything, all devices in your household will be the next level of connection in your energy system. And this is what we mean, as we said, with one-stop shop. It's not only about hardware, you also get the energy manager with us and dynamic tariffs. So also when you want to get energy, we are an energy provider. This is what we mean really with our promise of a one-stop shop. Okay, this is maybe just that you have a feeling, okay, where is 1,5 grad? I mix it. Who is that? And why I'm here. This is exactly why you are here and why we want to convince you that this is an important area, the energy transition, where technology is really the game changer in it. So first of all, thank you for being here. And I hand over now to Julia, to our second host. And maybe you give us a bit of insight for the people who are from 1,5 grad. What is the Social Developers Club?
Thank you. Maybe the slides try again. Yeah. I don't know what I need to say without them. So hi. Wait, just this one.
I think it's fine.
That worked. So you can see the logo. Oh yeah, this is us. I'm Julia. I'm the co-founder of Social Developers Club. And this is part of the team, but actually we are way more and we do cool stuff in the tech community. Yeah. Basically, our goal is to be an inclusive tech community beyond code. So like also today, we don't only look at code, we also connect everything with everything around us. And we try to make technology more accessible to all. We do this by hosting events like tonight, this meetup, also workshops, for example, also for kids and young and students, and conferences, and talking about meetups and conferences. Yeah, I'm pretty fast with the slides. Here's the ad block. So the next meetup will be next month, and it's a full networking event. So without talks, we just speed network and get to know each other better for the upcoming year. And then the next event in March is our annual Social Developers Conference. So yeah, we still have a couple open spots. So get your ticket and you can use the code. Oh, the presentation is a bit broken, but with Meetup 30, you get a 30% discount. I mean, then it's, I think, 14 euros. So yeah, should be cool. And we are focusing on workshops this year. So we have 4 workshop tracks and 1 stage. So you really get your hands on the good stuff and yeah, get to know the community better. I think that's, oh yeah, or the one before. Who has been on the Social Developers Club event before? Okay, then you know what to do. Tell the others what this means. Just kidding. Who knows Pac-Man or played? Everyone, that's great. Because Pac-Man is one of the main parts of our events. This means we are a networking community. We want to get to know each other and connect each other. So if during the breaks or after the talks you stand around in circles, please always make sure to leave a little Pac-Man mouth. So every time anyone can join your little circle. That'd be great. And if you see people that don't do this, please remind them. All right, and then we are taking photos today. If you don't want to be on the pictures, please let me know, then we'll try to take care of this. Also, if you are taking pictures, feel free to tag 1,5 Grad and us on all the social accounts. That's it from my side. If you have more questions about the upcoming events or Social Developers Club in general, let me know later in the networking part. And now, this is enough ads, I think. Please welcome Clemens and his topic for tonight.
Thank you. All right, so guys, it's great to have you here, and I mean this seriously because I think that it is always nice to have people around you which are interested in your work, and that brings exactly that kind of energy we need right now, because and we can read it in the headlines every day. We all know it, and especially the last 10 years, we are in trouble. Our environment is in trouble. And I don't want to speak about trouble anymore. Today, I want to speak about solutions. So, as Sophia said, we are changing the energy market completely right now. And to get a better understanding of that, I want to speak about 3 main topics today. So, the problem. Where are we in right now? What is going on in the world of energy markets? And second, the solution. So how do we fix that? And of course, we are here at 1.5 degrees. It's in our name. What is the impact of our work? So let's start with something totally different. Let's start with golf. So I guess you didn't expect golf. Sure. So please let me explain. So, coming back from 1 year abroad, I did a work and holiday in New Zealand. And I come back very lighthearted and light-minded, but completely bankrupt. So I run out of money in total. And so I thought, well, I need a job right now. And what sounds fun and what is close to my hometown? The golf club. And I thought, all right, let's go where the rich and beautiful are and be part of it and earn some quick money. That's what I thought back in the days. So after being the first 2 days on my knees with the greenkeepers doing extremely hard groundwork. You know, that illusion just disappeared very fast. But what I also took from the golf club was that you are able to hit a ball 300 meters or more far away. And that's 3 times the size of a football field. If you do 3 things in the perfect order. So it's about timing, control, and power. You need to control these 3 important things, and then you are able to smash the ball 300 meters far away. So for the perfect result of a golf swing, your brain needs to coordinate 240 muscles in your body. So it's all about the right timing. You know, coordinate yourself. It's about the controlling, move your muscles in the right order, and the power to bring the ball high into the air. So let me now build the bridge from the golf club to our work, what we are doing here at 1.5 degrees, and especially to our energy management system we developed, and we call it Heartbeat. But before, I think we should start to get an understanding about the major challenges we are facing right now in our market. So we have 3 major challenges right now, and let's start with the different ecosystems. So we have wonderful products by each category right now. I mean, our solar panels, they get better every year. We ramped up the capacity to bring prices down. And we also increased the yield, so we get nearly twice the power out of the solar panels now. And the same goes on for energy storage systems. So they don't blow off anymore. They are getting bigger, better, and cheaper. And same goes on for EV chargers, so for your electric vehicle, and especially heat pumps. So now we're having these systems, and to get control over these systems, you need the full exclusive access to the API, read and write. And I'm 100% sure you all know that. But unfortunately, this is closed by the manufacturers, because they don't want anybody to sneak around and installing their own software on their systems, and in the end toasting the whole system and getting up in the news next morning. So that's the reason why it's closed. So every manufacturer does his own thing in his own ecosystem, and ignoring anything else. But you and me, we want the best products in each category. So I want the best energy storage system, and the best wall box, and also the best heat pump, because my house is individual, and that fits the best for me if I take these 3 brands, but god damn it, they are not working together. So now we have these high-end assets, nearly uncontrolled and unautomated. And imagine that in the world of IoT we are living today. Isn't that crazy? So that brings me to the second problem we are facing in the market. And that is the access to our energy market. Right now, we seeing that the energy market gets pumped with a lot of green energy from big wind and solar parks. We build them everywhere, and that is good. So, and if they are running, especially together, when we have a sunny day and a windy day, they bring the prices down. And that is awesome. So prices drops below 0, and would that not be the perfect opportunity for you to charge your car? If we we know when that happens, and that would be a nice opportunity to get the energy out of the market. So you would benefit from it to get the energy out of the market at these specific timestamps, because then it's clean as possible, because all these solar parks and wind parks are running, and they bring the prices down. So who else would benefit from taking out the energy out of the market? Our grid. You ask, why the grid? Because the grid runs stable on 50 Hertz, not on 51 and not on 49. But that is very important to understand. So if the production is going on from wind and solar, the grid operator must dim, or in worst case, completely shut down wind and solar parks to stabilize the grid. And I think this is crazy, because we need this green energy, but we can't use it. We can't get it into our assets right now. So that's why the grid operator has to shut it down sometimes. And it's happening. I mean, you see it if you are on the highway, and you're seeing these big wind parks, but 9 out of 10 wind turbines are not running. And now you know why they're not running, because there's too much electricity produced, which can't get into the market, because then we will blow off the net or the grid. So with this problem in mind, the problem gets even worse if we are installing more and more solar panels on our roofs, because solar panels are just small solar parks. And if this electricity goes straight into the market, into the grid, it increases the problem even more. So everybody who thinks that she or he does something good for the environment and the energy revolution doesn't think till the end. We have to think it all together. Which brings me to the last major problem we are facing, is that there is no master software right now. So what we need is one software to get anything together and put it in one front end, and giving the customer the opportunity to see it everything in one unique app. And if we are not doing this, the whole energy revolution won't work. And it's even getting more expensive for everybody, and so confusing. If you have 5 different brands, you have 5 different apps, how should you handle that? And how should that be efficient? It isn't. But you wouldn't be here if you are pessimistic, I guess, and problems can be solved. So we know now exactly what we should do, and we did it here at 1.5 degrees. So first, we have to unite the ecosystems, let them communicate to each other. Let them speak so that they know each other's behavior. The wallbox needs to know what is going on this energy storage system, and in reverse. So they have to speak one language. And if they do, it's get way more efficient, and we can use our self-produced energy exactly there where we need it the most. And it's like find your own words, putting the conductor into an orchestra, or letting your muscles work in the perfect order to hit your personal energy ball, as far as the systems allows it. And that's all about, to unite. It's the first step, unite the ecosystems. So with number 2 and 3, they are very close together. We want to build the bridge between the household and the energy market. So, and we can do this by installing a smart meter, giving the customer the opportunity to do it legal with our dynamic tariff, dynamic pulse, and also the software behind, we call it the energy trader. And that brings you always the cheapest and cleanest energy ever made. And what else is missing? Of course, the one unique app. So we have to wrap everything up in one app for the customer to get control back over his system and his power. And we here at 1.5 degrees, we think we should do this all together out of one hand. So if you're planning buying a system to create your own energy, we help you to get the right components, and we help you to install a heartbeat energy management system which connects to the energy market, and make it a whole big thing. And also connect it to one app and not 5. That is what we are doing here. And we are not stopping there. We want, and we will be there for the next 30 years, the partner on your side. If you are in trouble, we can help you. So we want to think from start till the end. All right, so energy management systems, they are very complex sometimes. And we want to bring more light into our decisions. So, for example, we want to show the second screen from our app, we want to show the customer exactly what is going on in his house. And for the first time, we see it on the third one, we can give the customer the ability to see the prices on the energy market. And I think that is very important to understand, because then every decision Heartbeat is doing is way better to understand. For example, we see now it's quite cheap, so let's start charging the car right now and not in the next 3 hours. But so if we would charge it in the next 3 hours, the prices will go up, and that's not the best time for doing it. So that's about the energy market. But I think another very important point is how much CO2 can you save with your own system? And we want to also show that in our app. So I hope you already know that we are connecting these ecosystems together. And we do it, and that is so funny, because we had this wireless connection. We do it over Ethernet cable, because that's the stable, safest version. I mean, you all know that. And we do it over an Ethernet cable, and then we go to the router or to the router and bring it on the air. So we're using different protocols operating in the network, and that's eBus for our heat pumps, or mainly Modbus, TCP or RTU, to sending, for example, set points to our wall box. And of course, our Heartbeat is connected to the internet. And I think that is a crucial point, because like all your devices, like your laptops, your smartphones, or your car, Heartbeat can get the latest optimization for your home over the air. So we can tweak your system even more. And that is very important. I mean, I can't say it enough. We're living in the age of IoT. We need software updates. We need united systems. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. And the nice thing is that you're installing Heartbeat today is that you're not getting the latest technology now, but you will get the opportunity for the next 30 years, or maybe more. I don't know how long your Heartbeat will run, but you get the opportunities for upcoming feature updates. And what could that be? I mean, we talked about that it's good to get the cheapest energy out of the market, but why not do it other way around? We could sell your PV energy, which you don't need anymore, at the highest point at the energy market. So that would be a feature. Or, and this is my favorite feature we are working on right now. I hope you all get this now. So we talked about saving CO2. And I think you should get rewarded by saving CO2, because that's good for the climate and for the whole world. And we want to put the saved CO2 on a blockchain and then sell it as a coin. So and we all know who will buy these coins to get the emissions down. And this is normally big oil buying your CO2 coins and paying off your system. I mean, that is such a cool thing we believe in. And that's just two features, to get an understanding of features for an energy management system. But I mean, you are all in software, and algorithms and AI are not new for you. So I would like to take you to a closer look to ours and our software platform behind it. So today, everything works on data. You know it, I know it, we all know it. So we are no exception here. And we want to build a software platform to collect all these different sources of data to make the best optimization. And that's, in the end, it's all about the best optimization. So we built a platform to collect this. And let's start at the bottom, I would say, the local data from the customer. The awesome thing is, and I said that before, that we get the exclusive access to the API. So we are able to collect the data to feed in our algorithm. And I have to repeat myself, that is the crucial point if you want to make the right decisions. So we are working now on a software platform with the biggest players in the market, and even more players want to join. And that is quite cool. A year ago that wasn't be the case, and now it is. So coming back to the customer, we know exactly what the customer does and when he or she uses electricity and when not. And so there's no gambling. We know that and can take that to make precise decisions. And like other players on the market, we know that and we are not gambling. And I think it's very risky if you're gambling on the behavior of the customer, because think about our grid. The grid needs to be stable, and if we are gambling and having millions of forecasts wrong, we will blow up the net. So what's next? Sure, our app, you need an app in your software platform to know what is going on. So are there more sources we can collect to get the best optimization, the best algorithm for your energy management system? Of course, there is the energy trader, we call it. And with the energy trader, we are able to create a forecast based on weather data or historical energy data. We can make a production and consumption forecast, which we can also feed into our algorithm. So, and the next step would be to have a look at the energy market with all its benefit. So the cool thing about the energy market, and I think we should get an understanding of this, is that the energy market is different to the Wall Street. Of course, the Wall Street is a stock market, but the energy market is different because we know exactly what would be the price in the next 24 hours. So there is no gambling. So we know exactly the price for the next 24 hours, and we call this the day-ahead market. So that's why it is so easy for us to know when to turn on your heat pump, start charging your car, and when you shouldn't. All right, so we are not gambling on this, and we are not gambling on the customer's data. We are not gambling at the data from the energy market. We take all this together in creating the best energy management system we can get so far. And I mean, that was quite a lot, so let me sum it up for you. So Heartbeat is not just the small box you can see here, this small white box with some cables on it. It's much more. So it connects all your system, brings the ecosystems together, and making the self-consumption possible for you at home. And it also gives you the chance to using smart charging options and also bidirectional charging, which means that your car can power your house. And there's more. So monitoring everything in one app makes it so much more comfortable, I would say. I mean, imagine you sit there with your 5 different apps and trying to make the best out of it. I don't want to do this, and I want just one app. And Heartbeat is also connected to the energy market. I said that before. And I think that is so crucial because there we get the cheapest energy ever made. And we get so much energy pumped into the market right now out of these solar and wind parks, and we have to use it. No? And for that, we use the energy trader as a software to do this. And of course, we can use the day-ahead market and also the intraday market. And as I mentioned, stabilizing the grid is crucial. We can't blow off the grid. So if we take out the energy, it's cheap and it also helps us to stabilize the grid. And this is amazing. And we want to give the customer this opportunity to be part of it. So that's why we want him to be part of our virtual power plan. And what is that? So if we are installing 100 millions of batteries and 100 millions of households, all these batteries are connected over heartbeat to the internet. And that allows the grid operator, if you agree, that is very important, you have to agree, but if you agree, the grid operator can use just 10% of your battery to stabilize the grid. So if there's too much power produced, and before he shuts down all these solar and wind parks, he takes this energy and put it in all these batteries. And then if there is not enough power in the market, but he has to stabilize the market, he can take out a bit of every battery and it can stabilize the market. And the cool thing is you get rewarded for that because you helping out the grid operator to do his work. So, and if you get rewarded, that's what we want. We want to bring your total cost of ownership down as fast as possible. So we want to build more cash flows for you inside our Heartbeat software platform to make it easier for you to pay off your bills. And sure, we want to make maintenance. As I said, we want and we will stay for the next 30 years on your site. And if there is a maintenance problem, you can just grab your app on your couch and just contact us. All right, so I think we should talk about impact right now and what kind of impact new solar, that's how we call it, does to the environment and does to stop the climate change we are in right now. So what is the impact of 1.5 degrees and how does it affect the world? And I found that and I thought I should share it with you. So I want to make one point very clear to underline our work here at 1.5 degrees. As you, I'm also affected by the noise of big oil, and they explain to me why we need even more oil and why we should ramp up the production lately to pump even more oil out of the ground. And I think oil was great to brought us where we are today. But to be honest, at least the last 30 years, we all know that using oil and gas for the rest of our lives will kill the planet. So let's be honest and put the facts one more time on the table. So you see this giant number and it's on you now because what do you think if, that is the crazy thing about it, to get the oil out of the ground, we need pumps on and offshore. And these pumps need electricity and they need 1.3 billion kilowatt hours for a month electricity to get the oil just out of the ground. And the question is now, how many electric vehicles could you power with that electricity for a month? What would you guess? So please raise your arm if you think that we can power 100,000 cars with that amount of electricity for a month. What about 5 million? 5 million? 5 million? All right, what about 10 million? What about 12 million? All right, let's bring some light into it. So to get it just out of the ground, we need so much electricity to power 15 million cars, 500,000. Isn't that crazy? And it doesn't stop there. So then we have to pump it through pipelines, bring it to ships, ship it around the world, bring it to a refinery to boil it up using even more energy, and then transport it to a gas station and then put it in our combustion engines. Crazy. And then 70% of the energy is lost. And that is crazy. 70% is lost. Why could we not cut all of this out and just take the solar and wind using a charger and put it directly in our car? It's so much easier. So I think we should focus on electricity now and let the old stuff behind. But are there not any other energy sources which cut emissions better than solar and wind? I mean, we have it in our newspapers. What about climate? What about nuclear? I mean, we have this discussion. So let's check the facts. I think the IPCC underscores that with his newest data and his newest report. And the greatest potential to cut emissions down lies in solar and wind. And there's nothing more to say. And I mean, the IPCC is the gold standard. If we are not listening to the scientists behind this report, who else should we listen to? But hey, I mean, you're all working in tech, and you could work everywhere. And I'm telling you about electricity and its emissions. But are there not larger sectors which we should focus on and get their emission down even faster? So let's have a look. There are other sectors, and they are also very important to get the emissions down. But if you want the biggest impact, we should focus most on changing electricity and how to use it in a smart way. So this brings me back to Heartbeat and the fantastic software which brings everything together. Not only for the environment, but also for the people, getting back the control over their power. And helping the energy revolution to speed up. And all this comes with the cheapest form of electricity you could ever get. And these are my 4 personal wins. So the people are winning because they're getting back their control over their power. They're not anymore consumers, they are now prosumers. The environment it's amazing what we can do for the environment, and then we can create more jobs in this industry and can speed up the energy revolution. So it's not a win-win, it's 4 wins for so many. And we are currently building our headquarters in Berlin right now and bringing together the smartest people from tech and product from all over the world, because we think we have to work on this energy management system to don't waste our energy. And we believe especially that tech and product should work and breathe together. So they can build up a European champion of energy management system. So right now, I mean, to be honest, the battle between AI and quantum computing, it's between China and the US. But the battle for the best energy management system to make a change, it's just started. And we are on the top of the list creating this. So right now, we have the chance to really dig into it and make our place into it. And I think that is very important to understand. We are coming out of Germany and creating a big thing which can change the world. And that is amazing. So, I like my notes here. So, is it just a marketing event today? Is it just air, Is it really happening? And I thought, yes, let's show that picture. So it's working right now. We are speeding up even more this year. We flooded Germany already with thousands of heartbeats and high-end systems which are connected to Heartbeat. And we just started in Sweden, and we will not stop there. So I will be in Denmark next month, and bring them to start, and more countries will follow. So if you want to be part of this journey, if you think that is a good one, just come in contact with us and we can make it work together, really. So for that, I would like to thank you for your attention, and let's do this together. And if you have any questions, please ask.
Yeah, if you have questions, just raise your hand. We have a microphone here for the live stream.
Thank you. So how many systems do you have installed, and how many do you plan for next year and this year?
God, that's a very good question for you, I guess. We have thousands of systems. I don't know the right number right now. Could you help out, Sophia?
Roughly 10,000.
Yeah.
And planned for this year?
For this year, definitely, yeah. I mean, at the end, when we have the plan to connect 1.5 million until 2030, we need to hurry up. So definitely around about 50K or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. The good thing is right now with each and every ordering, with each and every customer we get, we have an almost 100% take rate for Heartbeat. So if you understand the mechanism and why it's necessary to connect really the devices into an integrated system, there is no reason why you would say no, right? So,
yeah.
I jump to you.
It's quite impressive what you've built so far. I was just wondering if the impact could even be higher if you go open source with it, and because then you have a community working along with you. Are there considerations, or how's the status quo on this topic?
Absolutely. If you go open source, there are pros and cons. There are pros and cons. And we did the decision that we don't want to do it now. We have to focus on our journey right now and push it as fast as we can, and that's why we need control over it. So at the moment, there are no thoughts about going open source right now. Yes?
Hey, one question. If I understand it right, you're focusing on new products, so new PV systems. Are you also looking into retrofitting? For example, I got my solar system by myself, but it's from Fronio, so it's not compatible with yours. And if I understand it right, the heart of your system is the Heartbeat, so it should work with all the others, right? Depends on the systems and how old they are, and if they are ready for Ethernet connections. And of course, we see that there are so many old systems, but right now we have to focus first on what we're doing right now. But of course, there are thoughts, how can we get everyone inside? Sure, but we have to focus now and using our resources in this way we are doing it right now. But yeah, we discuss that very much in the product management.
Absolutely, and the point is also there are so many criteria when we check if, for example, producer is really is a good match for us, right? It's also about speed when it is sending data. It's about really the deep integration which is possible into the backend IoT. There's so many different criteria. Also, of course, sustainability in the different delivery chains of the partners, right? We select. So we have different criteria, and it's tough to really find the right ones. We are better and better, and you are faster and faster with the development teams. But this is also one reason why we cannot say we make it open for everyone, right? We need kind of control gates, so to say. Yeah. I think he was the first one. Yeah.
Is there any API? So if, for example, I produce some consumer which needs much energy, that I can ask you, should I do it now? Should I wash my
so you want
my dishes now, or something like
that,
or build my own dashboard or something like this?
Yeah, so if I understand right, you want to ask if you can get access to the API so that you can implement more systems of your home into the energy management system software Heartbeat.
Was it right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if not on my own, but if I am a company and to do some appliance or...
Yeah. Not at the moment, to be honest, not at the moment.
Next question.
So I have two short questions. The first one, what is the profile of your customer base? Now that you're thinking of expanding, also in other countries in Europe. And the second one, what has been the biggest obstacle or challenges in the implementation and the journey of this product?
The biggest obstacles, you know, I think you're all in software, and you know that software is changing quite fast. If you want to unite ecosystems, it makes it sometimes really challenging to get them united and hold them there. You know, because software is running so fast, and that makes it sometimes quite challenging to get anything together to make that possible. So that, I think, are our main obstacles right now, and they will be for the next years, sure. The second question, sorry, I forgot that.
The profile of your customer. What is the perfect customer for you?
The perfect customer. So at the moment, I think we are going for this private households right now. But the reason is that if you're owner of your private house, you can make decisions very fast, and we have to do anything to be fast as possible. So of course there are thoughts, to open a bit, and we will this year. But to be fast as possible for the last years, the option was just these households which are owned by a person.
Absolutely, because also in bigger houses you have then regulation issues, right, with Mieterstrom and so on. So it's very tricky. It needs also political decisions and so on that we are fast here. And exactly what you said, one clear goal is to open up for everybody, really with a dynamic pulse as our dynamic tariff. So with a tariff we can really address everyone. That's a good thing and our target for this year. Yeah. Another question? Oh yeah. Questions?
Thank you. Just one question. So you need customers, basically, clean sheets, right? Who didn't install any of these 4 systems you're offering. If they have solar panels on their roof already, it's not perfect for your systems because you can't integrate them, right? So isn't it difficult because the first movers are gone in the market? They have a solar panel, they have maybe a heat pump or something, and you need now to convince people who have nothing, who've done nothing at their house, to change completely into a full system. Isn't that more difficult than integrating the first movers into your system?
Yeah, I think we had that question, nearly the same question before. So, I think there are old systems, and some of them are not able to work with a software platform like we developed so far. And of course, we want to get as many as possible of these old systems integrated in the energy management system platform. But sometimes it's technically not possible, and we make every decision on what is the fastest way to decarbonize. Mm-hmm. And there's so much individual systems right now, and it makes it so difficult to speed up a process for this, because everyone is, even now, if we're building a new system, it's so individual, and we like that. But getting to these old systems with so many more problems, that's not an easy task. We will tackle this task, but we have to focus now on easier systems.
But the people accept that to go from 0 to 100, even though they didn't move in the past.
I really get your point, but that's how we do it.
That was just a question. So the people are willing to change from 0 to 100 right now?
Also, yes, they are. Yeah, okay. Of course. We have so many customers buying our systems.
Because it's somehow super surprising, right? They didn't do anything for the past 10 years, and now out of the sudden, they say, okay, I go all in.
Yeah.
And that's a very important point you mentioned here. This is also what we learned in our journey right now. maybe many people in the room, they have the wish of, yeah, let's do something for our planet. But we see that the main part of customers is really motivated by it's the cheapest energy. And this year is really the beauty. Clemens mentioned that with intelligence, with AI, we can really offer the, so to say, cleanest kilowatt hour for the cheapest price. So really for very low money. And this is right now why so many people are motivated to do something, right? So it changed a bit in the narrative. At the end, Clemens said it, for us it's fine. Both motivations are okay, and we cannot judge, because some people really, they have maybe not the money and need the argument of price, right? And this is right now where we can, I would say we have right now more offerings and better narratives for, I would say, a diverse group. And that's good. And this is what changed, yeah.
But at the end, the curve is flattening, right? As more people are in your system, they get the energy at night for the cheaper price. So the price is increasing, and at the end, when you have 30 million people using that, the curve is flat.
I think this is more complex because you have more and more devices, right, in the ecosystem, and of course, at the end, we think about a global, or at least an European decentralized energy net. So you will always have areas where you have a different curve, so to say. And if you are able, and this leads us back to the intelligence, if you are able to make very accurate, really predictive analytics and so on, you are the hero in the game, and you can help to steer it. Yeah.
Okay, last question maybe.
I have to admit, I really empathize with your mission. I think that's pretty cool. But like the audience, I don't know. I have now a few hundred IoT devices in my apartment. I'm proudly using open source software for everything, like Home Assistant. It does way beyond more than you can deliver with your product. And I would be really disappointed to not be able to integrate something like this into my system. I do not get this message about using one single app because your product is so limited. It's only a very smart part of home automation, of limiting energy usage. And you suppose like that people will use a very limited app with very limited functionality. I just have to agree that there might be a small number of customers, but especially techies who are really into this, they will need an API. They will seek for an integration. They want to understand how can I build something bigger with this building block and not just use this product because it delivers cheap energy.
I think Clemens has a better answer for, I think we are not limited, but what I would ask maybe as question back to you, we love the techies and the builders and the nerds who connect everything. To be honest, 90% of our citizens in Germany and also in the world, they have no idea, maybe they have one energy provider since 15 years. Right, and they are really overloaded right now and shocked by all the information and the new Heizungsgesetz since January, and it's really loading with information. So what they like is that they have really the one-stop shop and someone who takes care for everything, and it's easy, simple, connected, convenient, and I have nothing to do with it. Right, that's I would say the majority. But the second answer, Clemens, back to you. I think we're not limited. Maybe with some special devices, yes, and maybe just yet, because we started 2.5 years ago, right? We're a very young startup and unicorn. But Clemens, maybe you also add on the limited part.
Yeah, I mean, if you're so into it, please help us to do it. So join us. Let's go to the tech team in Berlin and be part of it. We need people which are very deep into this. And of course, I mean, DIY, there's so much possible. There's so much possible, but is it easy to use for everybody? Depends. So join us. Join us on our mission.
That was an amazing Finnish word. Perfect. Yeah.
Thank
join
you.
us. Really.